So personally, for me, now this is for me. I took Stalingrad first, and I still would, and then I took Bourgogne second, and I still would do the same. But that's what I did. Like whenever Stalingrad and Bourgogne came, literally when every steel ship came out, I immediately bought it because I had enough steel. But so what steel ships do we have? We have these, right? Is that it? Oh well. Oh yeah, there was Summers and they removed it. Huh? But anyway, so well, this one's pretty good if you're a carrier player. If you're not, well, you probably shouldn't get it if you're not a carrier player. This one it's like a Yamato. It's very similar to Yamato, except it reloads quicker and the shells are a bit quicker to hit, but you only have 6 shells, so you'll get less shell hits every round, but you get more alpha damage per shell. It's kind of cool. The hull is exactly the same as Yamato, so you play it at the same ranges as Yamato. This one is Bourgogne. Okay. Well, this one's Bourgogne. This one's really good for damage farming. It's I think it's my highest or second highest damage average ship. It's 180,000. It's good. It has good HE. Well, okay HE. It's fine. It's good enough. You have a reload booster, which can make it really fun. It goes around 40 something knots with speed boost on because it gets French speed boost like 20%. It's a really fun ship, Bourgogne. Bourgogne can be really fun. Austin is it's okay. It can be fun for the first 50 games, but then I think it becomes boring over time. You have the reload booster. Yeah. It's fun till it's not. And then there's some games which are literally unplayable in it. Some games are like you get good, decent damage, not crazy, and some games it's literally unplayable. Stalingrad, really good ship. You have radar, 12 kilometer. I mean, it's a good ship, right? It has super accuracy, big guns. You can't put hydro sadly on it, but it's okay. You have a lot of gun range. It's like a battleship cruiser, but really accurate and stuff. It's really good. No overmatch though. Then you have Ragnar. It's also really good. It's a gunboat. It's a gunboat. It has no torps. It's a gunboat. And it has a pretty good heal. It has a lot of HP. It has a radar. 7.5 kilometer. And a super speed boost, so you can go really fast. Like I think it's like almost 50. 47 or something. Then the last one you have here, it's Plymouth. This one is okay. It's not really crazy. I wouldn't play it over Minotaur myself. I wouldn't play Minotaur. But it's better than Gibraltar. So if you want a ship with crazy consumables like this, you might be interested in it. There's people who like it. It's like a niche ship that people like, you know? And then the last one you can get, which it comes out on Wednesday and Thursday, my friend, is Incomparable. That comes out on Wednesday and Thursday. Oh. This one, it's for 31,000 steel. As I said, you have the overmatch. You have the speed boost, you have the hydro, you have the super heal, you have the spotter plane. I mean, you have it all, man. Except for nose armor. That's what you're missing. You're missing nose armor. And your HP pool is really low. And your torp protection is pretty low too. But you have a lot of gimmicks. I wouldn't get this as my first one though, I don't think. But I mean, it's good. Good ship. You wanna look at research bureau ships? Okay, I'll look at research bureau ships. Let's see what they have. Alright, this one I want to get it because I don't have it, but I'm waiting for Sevastopol first because it's tier 10. No, because I haven't played it, so I don't know if it's good or not. I just want to have tier 10s before tier 9s. Well, okay, so Slava, super accurate at long range, but you lack a 30mm overmatch, so it's kind of questionable. You need broadsides, but if you get broadsides, you do damage. It has, like Incomparable, it has limited armor on the edges, 25, and then the center part is all 32, so it actually doesn't have any armor almost. But it's hard to get Citadel in it too, which is kind of nice. Ohio, it's pretty good. 457mm guns, decently accurate. You've got a pretty good reload on it. It's relatively fast. It has good armor. I mean, it has a quick recharge heal. I mean, it's pretty good, I think. What's the downsides of it? Next question. All right, Gibraltar. So this one's pretty bad. It has shit armor. It has shit smoke spotting. It has shit concealment. It has AP only with good gun, like good. The AP is really good on it. It's probably some of the best AP like you can get on this type of cruiser, but I wouldn't get this one ever. I think I got it just to have it, but I wouldn't get it. You get a smoke on it, you get a Hydra, you get a small heal, but it's okay. Colbert, this one's fun, but it's hard. This one is fun, but it's very difficult to play compared to the others. Now what? Well, it's a super light cruiser. It's a super light cruiser. It has no armor whatsoever. Okay, 0 armor. Gigantic citadel. But it gets a speed boost. It can go as... I think it goes as fast as like a Henry-ish. It accelerates faster. They improved its acceleration ability. It has an improved heal. Not a super heal like Minotaur, but it's not bad. But it's fun to play. It has a quick reload. But you need to be careful, because if you're in a game where you have to push all the time, you might just get dev struck, because like I said, it has no armor. Druid, this one's really fun. Druid's really fun because you have 2 guns only, AP only, like Gibraltar. Similar characteristics on the AP because I don't know, British. And then it reloads. I think it's 1.7 seconds, maybe. I think with full build, and you have British smokes, heal, British hydro. It's really good. Like it's a good ship, but no torps. You have to remember it doesn't have torpedoes. Okay. I really like the Druid. I think if I were to get any research bureau ships, I would get Druid, Colbert, and Ohio. I think those 3 are the ones to get. Personally, what I would get personally is Druid and Colbert only for myself. I really don't care about the others. Actually, Vampire is pretty good too. I'll tell you about it soon. But I think these 2 are very fun. This one's harder to play because, like I said, it has no smoke. It's open water only. But this one is okay. This one's pretty fun. Then you have Vampire 2. It has really good... So let's compare this one to Daring really quickly. This one has better concealment, better main gun reload, same gun range. This one has 1 less torpedo rack, but better torpedoes. The guns are better, like I said. But this one has, you know how Haida has creeping smoke, where if you move, the smoke moves with you, but you have to move at 1/4 speed for it to stick with you. That's how Vampire has its smoke. I don't like it. But it also has 5-kilometer hydro, which is actually quite interesting for it, because you can play caps a bit more, unless there's a Z52 or radar. But it's pretty good like that. You can play it like that, or you can play it like a power farmer. It's a good ship. It's a good ship. And then Paolo Emilio is pretty much like play for fun, 1-for-1 trades. I mean, you run it down, you die, but you get a kill. Or you can live, depending what you're trying to run down. If you run down a battleship with no hydro, you can probably kill it and kill another one. So this one's good. And then you have Siegfried. I don't know about this one. I really can't tell you. It's super accurate. It has guns. Yeah. Yeah, battleship caliber gun, I guess. 380. You still don't overmatch anything significant. It's super accurate. It's tier 9. Kind of whatever, you know. But it's there. Which one would you get? Druid or Vampire? I don't know what you want to get, but I would personally get Druid. But Vampire is pretty good for a lot of people, I think. Is that okay? Did everyone enjoy that segment really quick? Done. You want to see cold ships and then finish off? I'm not going to do Doubloon Ships because I think that's physically... I'm not going to do all these things, by the way. I'll do tier 10 or something. It's okay, Bison. The Bison loves the Incomparable. We could do the cold ships too. So okay. Neustrashimy, 296 tiles in coal. This one's a bit of a tough sell because this one costs a lot of money, but so people ask me, is Neustrashimy worth it all the time? Well, it's okay. Right? You have some main weaknesses and you have some really good strong points about it. Danny B Racing, thank you for the follow. What's up, buddy? So its main strength is its concealment. All right, it's its concealment. It's really good. 5.6 kilometers. It doesn't outspot Yugomo. That's the only thing it doesn't outspot at tier 9, but it outspots everything else. 5.6 concealment is really good. It has a super heal, about I think 10,000 HP, so you can power heal. It has quite a lot of HP for the ship. The torpedoes aren't crazy, they're okay. The guns, they're honestly really good guns, but you only get 2 of them. They're Grozovoy guns, and they're not just Grozovoy guns, they're Grozovoy legendary mod guns. So they're not just stock Grozovoy with reload mod, they're Grozovoy legendary mod guns, and you get 2 of them. And then you also have that. Well, that's basically the upsides of the ship. The downsides are the hull is gigantic and you only have 2 guns. That's pretty much it. The hull is gigantic. If you get spotted, expect to get like smashed, especially by SAP or HE. Like, you'll get smashed. The thing's gigantic. The accuracy isn't that good, but it's fine if you're trying to just shoot things like normally. You're gonna be spotting a lot in this thing, and I think most of you people are gonna play it like a torp boat. But honestly, I played it like a gunboat, and I was averaging around 115,000, so it's not too bad. Max Immel, that's over 40 games. So Max Immelmann, guys, I'm not a carrier player, but I mean, I'm sure you'd like it if you play carriers, I guess. This one has the skip bombs. And torps, 4 torps, whatever, man. It's a carrier, dude. It costs 264,000, dude. If you want a carrier, you could get a carrier easy. All right, but I don't know what I'm gonna say about a carrier. Napoli. Oh, it has really fast planes. That's the nice thing about Immelmann. So the next thing is Napoli. This one's really fun. This one, it goes pretty fast. It has 10.3 detection. It has smoke screen. It has normal guns, so AP and HE. Really bad dispersion, sadly. But it has SAP secondaries, and you can somewhat secondary build it to 9.2 kilometers. It can be really fun. I played this thing in clan battles. I played it around 100 times. It was really fun. Like, till it wasn't. But it was fun. Then we have Yoshino. Oh, and you get torps. You get some torps with Napoli. It's pretty fun. It can be a really fun ship. Yoshino. This one has 20 kilometer torps. It's a cruiser, by the way. Has 20 kilometer torps. 4 sets, I believe, of 4. They're Shima 20s. It also has big 310, 305 millimeter guns. Really good reload, really good HE, really good gun range. Okay, Malta, you said it has 100 good things. Tell us the weakness. Well, it's gigantic and it has no armor. So, no real good armor. So you get smashed by anything that hits you. So it has, I think, a 25 millimeter nose, and for a gigantic ship like this, I mean, you're gonna get smashed through it. And the hull is all 30. So if anything overmatches 30 on the other team, expect to get smashed. Moskva, this one's really good. This one's probably one of my favorite cold ships. Well, this one you can get... Basically, Moskva, you have an icebreaker here. If you see... Do you see my mouse on screen? I hope you do. Oh, you do, I think. Well, this one you have an icebreaker here. It's all 50. You can somewhat angle tank. The upper nose, though, is all 25, so be careful. Okay, so it also has a 50 deck, which is nice. Now, you're like, okay, so it's like Petro, but this sits way higher in the water. This was like the original Petro. This sits way higher in the water, so if you're broadside, you're gonna get dev struck. So please don't sit full broadside in this thing. This has good accurate guns. Good decent reload, it's okay. Good gun range. Quite a lot of superstructure, so you can get farmed, and it's gigantic, so it's pretty easy to hit. If you're fighting a Hindenburg, you're gonna find it a bit of a hard time because you get penned everywhere, or Goliath, or things like that just pen 50. You're gonna find it a hard time to kill them, or so to actually live against them, because you're gonna get set on fire and shit. Another weakness is its concealment is 14.1, so it has the same concealment as battleships, by the way. It does have a 12-kilometer radar, and unlike Stalingrad, it has a hydro, which is really nice. But don't throw broadside in it, like Bison said, because you die instantly. Salem. Well, this one is like, you know, Des Moines, right? But let's say you remove the hydro from Des Moines. You're forced to run defensive anti-aircraft on this one. You can't switch it for hydro. It's by force DFA on Salem. But instead, on the radar slot, you have a choice between radar and hydro. Okay, but why would you ever run the hydro if you have radar? Well... the radar is actually 8.5 kilometer gun range on the Salem. It's only 8.5 kilometer gun range. And, sorry, not gun range. 8.5 kilometer range. And basically, you're gonna be, you know, sometimes you want the radar something at 9 kilometers and you just can't. So, sometimes you want to be using hydro. Hydro can be really good. I sometimes use it in randoms. It can be pretty good for, like, dodging torps and stuff. But is that the only difference to Des Moines? Why would you want to play this one if this one just... switches the radar and hydro? No, but this one also gets a super heal. This one gets a super heal instead of a normal heal. I don't know how big the heal is. I think it's around 17, 20,000. I think it's 17,000, but I don't know. Biggest issue of it is it has 27mm nose armor, and then 30mm deck and side armor, and 27mm ass, which means if you're fighting anything which overmeshes 30, you're gonna find it a hard time and you have to hide behind rocks or something. This one apparently also has worse kiting angles than the Moine, which is something I didn't really know, but apparently it's the case. And basically you're playing this thing to try farm more damage than the Des Moines, because you know you have the super heal to basically tank some more HE rounds. Now, this one, Marceau. Oh my god, I think this one's my personal favorite over here. What is this one? Well, you remember we talked about the Colbert the other time. Well, this one's like Colbert. It has the similar guns. I believe these are quicker gun reload, I believe. I'm not sure. I think these are quicker gun reload, but they have worse arcs. But it makes up for it because it's a destroyer hull. You have no citadel. You have 6 torps per side. They're really bad torps on this one. The Colbert has better torps than this one, honestly. But these are longer range by 1 kilometer. They're slower and they do less damage though. And you get French saturation, the gimmick, of course. You go 55 knots or something. It's pretty fast. It's good. And the gunfire is like 2.8 seconds or something. It's really fast. You have... The biggest really issue with it is the gun arcs. It's really bad. The gun arcs are really bad. I think that's pretty much it. And the gun range is limiting to 13. But it doesn't matter because your gun arcs are bad. Those are the tier 10 cold ships. And Neustrashimy. I guess we'll keep going since we talked about Neustrashimy. There's only like a few left anyway. So we have Kearsarge. This one, well... This one. I don't know why they added this one into the game. I'm not sure what the design logic behind this one is, but as you can see from the picture here, it's a battleship with 12 guns and aircraft. 12 guns and aircraft. So you know Minnesota at tier 9, it has 12 406mm guns. I believe the shells it fires are Colorado shells. These fire, I believe, North Carolina shells, which means they're better guns. This reloads quicker, I think, by like a few seconds. So it not only gets better shells and reloads quicker, it also goes faster than the Minnesota by around like 6 knots or something. It's faster by a lot. And I mean... It has aircraft, it has rockets, which are pretty good rockets actually. They're not like carrier rockets, they're better than carrier rockets, it seems. They're really good. Biggest downside of the ship is it's ugly. That's it. And it has this all the CV deck here, it counts as superstructure, but really and truly I haven't really been smashed through it, so it's fine. Then you have Tulsa. Well, Tulsa's okay. The issue with it is it's all 27, but so is most tier 9 cruisers, even Rune and Buffalo. They're all 27, so it's kind of similar to that, right? It reloads pretty quickly, like Des Moines, but you only have 6 guns, and the dispersion's not really that good, right? But it's okay. It's nice. It's a nice ship, but... Like I said, Kearsarge I think is still better than the Tulsa. I've played both of them quite extensively. I think that the Kearsarge is probably more worth your coal than the Tulsa, to be honest. Carnot. Oh, but Tulsa, sorry, I forgot to mention, it has 9-kilometer radar and hydro. And of course a heal. It's normal. Okay. Carnot. Well, Though Jacene, thank you for the follow. Hello. I don't really know what to say about this thing. It's not really that good. It's not that good. It's okay. Yo, Zafionity. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, thank you for the sub, buddy. Thank you, appreciate it. The Carnot's not bad. The Carnot, the thing with it is it has good deck armor, I think 36 or something. The guns are okay, but they reload really badly. It can go pretty fast for a super heavy cruiser. It goes around 43 knots, which is kind of unique for a super heavy cruiser. That's pretty much it. This doesn't really have reload booster or anything. It just has speed boost. So yeah. And you don't get spotter plane with that. So it's either real speed boost or spotter plane. I would take speed boost though because it's the gimmick of the ship. And then next we have Marco Polo. This one's I didn't like this one. I think Giuseppe Verdi is better than this one because you get smoke. And I prefer having the sap secondaries and having HE over the sap. I mean, the sap's cool and all, but I prefer Giuseppe Verdi to the Marco. That's pretty much it. Like, I don't really play battleships too much, so I don't really play this one, to be honest. C44 is literally bad. I don't think you should ever get this one. C46, the Tech Tree one, is literally better in almost every single way. Better guns, better alpha on the torp. Shorter range, but better alpha. You get hydro. You get the same concealment. Like, I think you get more HP. The Tech Tree one, Z46, is probably one of the strongest, in my opinion. Well, one of the most fun destroyers I think I've ever played at tier 9. So, this one, no, though. Z44, don't get it. I don't think it's good. It doesn't even have hydro. Literally, look at the consumables. No way. And the torp damage, I believe it's similar to tier 7 destroyers. So, tier 7 mass, I think. So, probably not worth it. And Pommern, well, I've always hated this thing, to be honest. I don't like it. I don't play it. So I have no idea what to say about this. It has hydro, so it dodges my torps. But it has no guns. The guns are really bad, I think. The dispersion's horrible. I don't think I've ever been hit pretty hard by any of these things. I'm sure you could get a good game in it. But I think I prefer the FDG myself because of the overmatch it gets. Overmatch of 27. This doesn't, so because they're 380s. I wouldn't get the Pommern. Honestly, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. I'm going to say about Flint because I actually like the Flint. And then I'm done. I'm not going to say anything about the rest of these things because there's a lot more we can go through. But I guess you guys can rate this video and say if I should go through the tier 7s and maybe go through the premiums short, you know, ship by ship maybe. And see what you think. But this is the Flint. It's okay. The gun range is very limiting compared to Atlanta. I think Atlanta's easier to play nowadays, but Flint is still okay if you put IFHE on it and you get tier 7 matchmaking. It has decent torps. It gets Benson torps, which is nice. It gets American smokescreen, which is nice. And you get pretty good reloading guns with not too good gun range, but that's its kind of downside, you know? And you get Hydro. You need to mount the Hydro if you're going to stay in smoke. Don't run the DFA, honestly, run the Hydro. It's nice, but if you want a free version, you could probably get the new Chumphon, which is the tier 7 Pan-Asian Tech Tree Cruiser, which is very similar to Flint. It actually has more gun range than Flint, but loses the American smokes it gets instead Pan-Asian smokes, which actually are a bit worse, honestly, at tier 7, since you only get 3. And you get better torps on the Chumphon than this. This can hit destroyers with torps, but Chumphon can't. But Chumphon gets longer range, higher alpha torps. Thank you for the follow, Roger X62. Well, I think that's pretty much it for the ships so far. If you guys want to see more, I could do the premium ships next time. Maybe. Oh, I forgot to mention the Doubloon ships at tier 9. Okay, I'll do those really quickly. There's not a lot. I'll do those. So we have Giuseppe Verdi for doubloons. I think this one's pretty good. I really like this one. This one's extremely fun for me. It has smoke, it has sap secondaries. People don't really seem to like it. I really like this one. Sap secondaries, smoke, HE. I mean, it's good. Like, it's a good ship. It can be really fun. Like, really fun with the smoke. This one's pretty good. Groningen. This one's really, really, really good. I like this one as well. It has really good gun reload. It has Hydro 5 kilometer. It has American smoke screens. It doesn't have torps. It's like the perfect ship for me because I can't hit torps. But no, unironically, this is good. I like this ship, the Groningen. It's a good ship. Yeah, I would recommend it. You can also get these two. No, Giuseppe you can't get for free XP, but Groningen you can get for free XP. So I would probably recommend you get the Groningen. It's a very good ship. It used to be Friesland before, but now it's Groningen. Next one we didn't do is Agir. This one's pretty much bad. I don't think you should ever get this one. I mean, I've had some good games in it. I've had some really bad games in it. It just feels like a battleship, but worse. It's a battleship without overmatch. Like, why would you play it, honestly? Just play FDG. It's better, no? Just play something with overmatch. There's no point to play the Agir, man. Seriously. I don't like it. And without armor, no overmatch. It doesn't have nose armor, right? It's like 27 or something, Bison? Yeah. So for tier 9, the last one, which I'll cover today, and then we can talk about the others another time if you want. It's up to you guys if you want or not. You can write in the comments of the video. But the last one we'll talk about here is Azuma. Azuma is, well, I mean, it can be okay. If you remember, I talked about Yoshino. It's very similar to Yoshino, but it has worse armor. Somehow. It has worse armor somehow, even though it's the same size, which means you get like fucking giga smashed if you get shot at. But you might get giga smashed. But apart from that, you don't get the 20-kilometer torps on this one. And there's one thing you get over Yoshino on this one, and that's the 40-second heal cooldown. You get a good heal cooldown on this one, like Massachusetts, like Ohio, like Georgia. So it has that gimmick, I guess, going for it. That's pretty much it. It's a good cruiser if you want to play cheese spam at tier 9. It's better than Ibuki for sure. I mean, tier 7 against this thing is... I mean, tier 7, you can't play tier 7 against this thing. It's horrible. Against tier 9s and tier 10s, I mean, this one's not going to be crazy or anything. But it's not a bad ship. It's like a mini Yoshino, I guess. Yoshino's better, obviously, because it has torps, it has quicker reloading guns. I think it has more gun range, but it you know, more armor, you know. But this one's not turbo bad, but you know. But yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, because every stream you guys ask me, what steel ship, what cold ship should I get? I'll upload this on YouTube, and you guys can just watch it. Like I said, I can't be the one to make the decision for you on what research bureau ship, on what cold ship, on what steel ship to get. But, like I said, maybe this video helps you out, maybe in picking what you want. Personally, like I said, I would go for Stalingrad. Myself, for me, I would go for Stalingrad first, then Bourgogne, in terms of steel ships. For cold ships, I would probably go Moskva, then Marceau. And then for research bureau ships, I would probably go for myself, Colbert, then Druid. Those are my first two for each one. Honorable mentions, it has to be Salem, Napoli here. It has to be, for here it has to be Ragnar and Shikishima and, well, FDR if you're a carrier player. But these four are the good ones, the ones you want, these four. Then for tier 9 cold ships, I mean... or tier 9 ships in general, Groningen, Tulsa, maybe Kearsarge, and Giuseppe, those ones. Flint's okay, but I think Shumfon's a free version you can get for free, so there's no point to wail on Flint. And then for research bureau ships, honorable mentions, I mean, Ohio, obviously, it's really good. Vampire 2, really good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these four. The rest, they're okay, but I wouldn't really get them if you're, you know, just wanting 4. There you go. So that's my thing. I can tell you about premium ships next time if you want, but that'll be enough for the armory in terms of steel ships, whole ships, and research bureau ships at tier 9 and 10, and Flint. And Flint. Poor Flint. But there you go. I guess I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's probably going to be pretty long, this one, but thank you for the raid game with TSF. Hope you had a good stream. But honestly, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Well, goodbye. Big fan. And oh, in the comments, tell me what steel ship you guys got first, actually. If you can, I guess. Big fan.